Hi, I'm here. I'm here to give you a comprehensive review of the Transalp XL750. These are recordings I've done maybe 2 years back, and I'm just putting them all together. It's basically one longish ride, almost an entire day, and where I rode a little bit of city driving, a lot of highway, and mountain roads. Oh, that's it. No? I hope you like the video. Basically, my third bike. I first rode and owned a Himalayan, which I rode for about couple of thousand kilometers. I took that bike motorways, city driving, and a couple of stints of off-road, which I really enjoyed. And then I moved to a bigger motorcycle, Versus 650. You can credit that to Zach Quartz of Daily Rider for keeping that thing ranked #1 for the longest time. Now, believe it or not, I'm still relying on a lot of those guys, and this motorcycle is receiving a lot of positive reviews by many motorcycle journalists and YouTube reviewers alike. So let me tell you about how I find it and give you my first impressions. Since we're in the Motorway, I'll start with Motorway impressions. See, this motorcycle is so stable that when you twist the throttle, it accelerates quite quickly, and before you know it, you're doing the speed limit here, 120 kilometers. You don't even feel it. It's very, very smooth, especially from its ideal power band from 4,000 and up. I have 1 bar left, and I'm getting a full tank. Okay. Thank you. I beat that. How can you beat that? Second gear can easily go up to more than 100 kilometers. I'm now at third gear doing 85 at 4,000, 5,000 RPM. Concentrate a bit, there's some traffic up ahead. It's starting to rain. Let me tell you about the riding modes. I'm gonna have to stop somewhere. There are my rain gear. You guys riding it out under the bridges that we're trying to make it to the next gasoline station. So with the riding modes, it's very easy to make a selection. Just roll off the throttle and click on the mode button. You're set. Okay, suspension. On the road at least. Reviewers say that suspension is pretty compliant, which it is. You just get a little bit of surprise bump when you're on a smooth road, and then all of a sudden you roll on a little pothole or something. But other than that, it's okay. There were a few times, I probably have some footage of it, that on an even road that's a little wavy, it gets unsettled a little bit. So, but definitely the suspension is, at least to my experience, is firmer than a Kawasaki Versus, for instance. Does it sag a lot when I sit on it? Not much. I weigh about 74-75 kilos. That's about 165 pounds. So it doesn't really sag a lot. Again, going back to the ergonomics, I have a 32-inch inseam, and I'm both feet are down, and my heels don't touch the ground, even if I'm wearing adventure boots. But they're almost there from the ground for both heels. I'm pretty comfortable with that. It's probably very similar to a Versus 650, but perhaps a little lower maybe maybe a centimeter or something. Basically, let me give you a couple of things that I really like about the bike and some that I don't. Let's start with the things I don't like. The throttle, as much as I don't want to consider it to be, is really a bit twitchy. It's not the responsiveness is very sensitive, so if you're used to it, you can actually try to modulate it properly so that it doesn't jerk. That's quite easy. You just need a little bit of a steady hand when you twist the throttle. The problem is when you're on an uneven surface, uneven road. Usually a concrete road where there's no asphalt layer. And the problem with that is many times some of these roads, especially if they're not national roads, are not as even as you'd want them to be. And the undulating or wavy surface makes you unsettles the first of all the suspension, and when it when the suspension kind of rocks back and forth, your grip tends to follow that movement, and therefore when you have especially when you have a very sensitive throttle, the your throttle hand can you can unconsciously be adjusting the throttle without you knowing it because you're holding onto the handlebars, and it's a little bit frustrating, especially when you're trying to enjoy the road. You're trying to enjoy, let's say, twisties, and then it's a little bit the road is a little bit uneven and wavy. What tends to happen is you're not as in perfect control of the power of the bike because of this twitchy throttle. So that's the biggest thing. Is there anything else? I've mentioned it in a short span in one of the clips that when you're in a very even surface, and then all of a sudden there's a little bit of a pothole or something, kind of surprises the rear suspension, and when you're moving through very uneven surface and all of a sudden there's a bump, you kind of feel that. Okay, but otherwise it's no big deal. It's no big deal. So another thing is the illumination of the headlights. The headlights are pretty good. They're the best I've had. I don't remember the bikes I used to have when I was a kid, but compared to the Himalayan and the Versus 650, this is brighter, but it's still not bright enough. You still need satellites or what do you call that? Auxiliaries. You still need auxiliary lights if you want to be able to drive through unlit roads, especially when it's raining. It's a little bit difficult to see the road up ahead when you're just using the headlights, even on high beam. Okay, so I highly suggest you put on auxiliaries. I've had auxiliaries on all of my bikes, now including the Transalp. The navigation, the onboard navigation is okay, especially after they updated it about little over a year ago, where they included a little status bar at the bottom that tells you what road you're in and whether you're you're about to turn left or right. So it's now helpful. It used to be just an arrow that doesn't move. Now you get left and right arrows. So that's helpful. It's just that the as of now, the voice detection isn't very. It's hard to talk to it, to to tell the navigation you want to go someplace and doesn't understand you. You can try different accents. It doesn't really help. So what I tend to do is I found like a button there where you can just type. So and for ease of use, I just save it as favorites, and then it's easier to just select the same destination if you've been to that destination. Otherwise, there are a lot of things that you love about this bike, and having been to a heavier bike, I really appreciate that it feels very light. It doesn't feel top heavy at all. It's very easy to maneuver in the garage. You want to pull it. It's very easy. You don't feel like you're gonna tip it over or not be able to balance it in very slow maneuvers. I appreciate that. I appreciate that this thing's quite light. And the last thing I want to do with it is just install so many stuff, so many accessories, so many of that protectors that one I don't think anybody really needs. So I just installed bare necessities like hand guards and the tank guard, which tend to hit the ground when you drop it. Okay. What else? The power's great. I've driven it for as fast as maybe 150, 160 on the highway, and still has a lot of give. You can easily do 200 plus on this bike, and the acceleration is more than enough for me. Twist the throttle and just get up there really quickly. As far as it being what do you call that, maneuverable, okay, it doesn't I used to think in this video in particular, I was on a twisty road, and I felt okay. You going around sharper turns. It was okay, but later on, I was on another twisty road, and that's when I felt that because I was behind a guy who was on almost a naked. I was surprised how easily he could just bank left and right, on chicanes, and I couldn't really follow him as quickly, and my steering wasn't as responsive. It felt a little heavy. I guess the stability you get on the highway, which I'll get into, is a little bit of a con when it comes to the steering. It's a little heavy because you have I'm sure because it's an adventure bike, you have a longer wheelbase, a higher angled rake, okay, and a 19-inch wheel. So that will slow you down a bit, okay, but it's still okay. I guess with more practice you can improve your how fast you can do turns like that. Okay. Now on the highway, I guess it's perfect. It's very stable. You can twist the throttle and you're doing 130 and you still don't feel it because it's so stable. This is the first time I've had a bike like that. You don't really feel the speed as much, even if you're already doing a little over the speed limit, and it's still okay. You know, the brakes perfect. Brakes are perfect. Okay, I've had like 2 or 3 emergency braking situations and easy, no drama. So I've had the bike for about, I think, going on the 3rd year, going on 3, and the battery died already. It was a Yuasa GS battery, and I've replaced it with a recommended Amaron battery. Starts very well. Problem is the Amaron is about 200 grams heavier than the stock battery, and no, it's about 150 160 grams heavier, and it's I think 1.5 centimeters taller. So I was afraid I might be pushing against it when I sit down, but I don't think I am, so let's see. Pros, things I love about the bike. Well, I like how it looks. I don't like the pipe as much. I've always been trying to debate in my head whether I should change the end pipe, and I haven't still. That's probably next. I don't know. Especially when I use it often. When I start using it off-road, which I haven't done, I may need a belly plate. I'm hoping to get a service plastic one, PVC one, so that it's not heavy. That's it. I have a top case in the back, a GV. It's a lower profile one. I was hoping to get GV side pannier racks, but it's still not available. Okay, and it's a 23-24 bike, year model, and it's great. It's great. If you're looking to buy one, go right ahead. Go right ahead. Thank you.